Please welcome Jensen Huang.
The rate at which we're advancing computing is insane.
The purpose of GTC is to inspire the world on the art of the possible of accelerated computing.
Hello all, welcome to the NVIDIA GTC 2025. In this podcast, we are just going to talk about everything that is related to the developer community. But before that, I go ahead, I would like to introduce you to John. John, welcome to this podcast show. And,
Thank you.
Yes, we'll have a lot of questions. But before going ahead, would you like to introduce about you to the audience and all the amazing work that you do in NVIDIA?
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks so much for having me, Krish. I'm John Zedleski. I'm the VP for Accelerated Data Science here at NVIDIA. So we work on a really broad suite of data science tools that are open source and try and make it much faster for every data scientist to do their work.
So let's talk about when I specifically go to NVIDIA Stack for the developer community, right? When we talk about CUDA-X, we talk about QML, we talk about Polars. Would you like to talk about what exactly all this specific libraries does?
Absolutely, yeah. So one of the things, if you've ever been a hands-on data scientist, and I spent a lot of my career as a data scientist, we know nobody uses just one tool. Open source has given us this massive suite of a PyData ecosystem, things like Pandas, scikit-learn, NetworkX, Polars, and many data scientists use all of them and know these tools really well. So with Rapids within NVIDIA, we've been bringing GPU acceleration to all of those libraries and doing it in a way that has zero code change. So you can just take your existing scikit-learn code, flip a little option in your command line, and get up to a 50x acceleration running that on GPU. So it's building on all this incredible work from the open source community over the past decades and really trying to interface with that, but bring GPUs into the mix too.
So if I talk about the use cases specifically, a couple of use cases you have actually told with respect to data pre-processing and all. What more additional use cases people can use this entire NVIDIA tech stack, including all these libraries, accessing the GPU and implementing some amazing solutions?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I love about data science is just the incredible variety of different use cases you get to work on. So over the course of our partners with Rapids, we've been able to work on things like huge retailers who need to solve forecasting problems of which store needs to receive what product each day. And that absolutely is mission critical to get done. Been able to work with some of the biggest financial companies in the world who have to do fraud analysis and figure out, is that credit card transaction real? And scientists all over the world working on everything from predicting lightning strikes to figuring out what materials will make better next-gen batteries. So it's really like anywhere machine learning and data processing are applicable, and you have a large amount of data, that acceleration you're going to get from moving to GPU lets you take things down that used to be a multi-day workload and make that a multi-minute workload instead. So anybody who needs that kind of speed up to make their work easier is someone where it's potentially applicable if you're working with decent amounts of data.
Okay, would you like to talk about the recent Rapids QML announcements and some more new things that are coming in this week?
Absolutely, yeah. So this is the first time that the QML library within Rapids is offering a kind of zero code change experience. So that if you have scikit-learn code right now, you can just flip that switch and get up to your 50x acceleration. So that's in beta now. But we've been offering a similar experience for Pandas users for, I think it came out in beta about a year ago. Exact same thing. You can just take your existing Pandas code, and we know there are companies that have thousands or tens of thousands of Pandas scripts in some cases. You can just take that existing code, run it on GPU, and get up to 150x speed up in the Pandas case without changing your code at all. So that's really the standard we want to set for every library, that when we make it that easy to accelerate on GPU. And we're super excited that we're really rounding that out by bringing that to machine learning. We've also done similar work in Graph with the NetworkX community, where you can just zero code change, take your Graph analytics for NetworkX and move that onto GPU for huge speedups.
Amazing. Would you like to talk about specifically to generative AI and LLM use cases where specifically we can use these libraries and to do what kind of tasks?
Sure, absolutely. We've been working, on kind of the data processing and pre-processing side for a long time. And as I said, one of the things we love is that it's just so widely applicable. So when NVIDIA was training and is training huge scale LLM models, one of the first things you have to do is pre-process an enormous set of data, doing things like filtering out not safe for work content or low quality data, deduplicating, because if you crawl the web, you get a lot of duplicates. So we've worked with teams within NVIDIA and built Rapids and CUDA-X into a product called Nemo Data Curator, which is what we use within NVIDIA when we curate these massive sets of data for LLM pre-training. And it's something that we then share with partners and customers and have open source so that everyone can take advantage of GPU acceleration so that you can prep a new data set or try out a new data blend in a matter of minutes or hours instead of waiting days or weeks, which was honestly the way that the state of the art was before GPUs came to it. So we want to make LLMs better by making the data that goes into them better, and you need acceleration to be able to do that.
Okay, would you like to talk about any specific use cases that after doing it for a specific enterprises, you are just like, wow,
Yeah.
And this is what actually you created it for?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the very early origin story from one of our very first big customers, which really kind of sunk into a lot of us, was this use case with Walmart, where they literally, if they weren't able to compute fast enough the demand in each store, they were going to ship milk or bananas or berries that are going to go rotten on the store shelves too. But they weren't able to do it fast enough with CPUs. And so they were one of the first really huge enterprises to bring in GPU-based Rapids forecasting and have been a partner ever since too. So that's one of those things that's just, it's sort of so obvious that, wow, making that forecast a little bit better has a huge impact in reducing food waste, reducing costs, making everything more efficient. But you need to be able to run these complex, sophisticated analyses fast enough to make the decision in real time.
Would you also like to talk about how do you see the future, and what are kind of developments you may be planning to do?
Absolutely, yeah. We continue to work on integration and acceleration of these zero code change experiences that let you take your existing APIs and make them run much faster. And one of the things we're seeing increasingly common is that people are using LLMs to generate code, right? And the fact that you can take the fact that your LLM already knows how to generate pandas code and scikit-learn code really well, but now you can then run that on GPU without having to train it, makes these coding assistants just incredibly useful out of the box for accelerating Rapids code as well. So for instance, we're working with the Google Gemini team, and there's Gemini coding assistant integration for Rapids libraries. It's something you can try out just on the Google Colab site, where you have integration with Rapids already, and you can just get a GPU in the cloud with them and try out any of your scripts with Rapids, but also take advantage of LLM-based code generation for it, which I think is really exciting.
If I talk about Rapids, if somebody wants to use it, I know you have a lot of specific courses in DLI,
Absolutely.
NVIDIA DLI. So what would you suggest the audience to probably start with?
I mean, I would first go to the rapids.ai website. We try to make that like a central entry point where you can figure out anything you need in order to install it locally, get started in the cloud, how to spin up an example notebook on Google Colab or on Kaggle notebooks, or coming soon to Snowflake notebooks. All of that kind of comes together on the Rapids AI website, and we put a lot of emphasis on the documentation there, including how to get started, but also some of the more sophisticated use cases. So I would definitely encourage people to check that out, but also just play with it. There are these cloud instances where you can try it up right away. We are on GitHub. We love to get issues and feedback. We love to hear feature requests. Please file something on GitHub with us if there's a new idea you have to expand Rapids, and just try it out and give us the feedback. We hope it's something that can make your job easier as a data scientist and make your life easier with whatever you're doing with data.
And with respect to the keynote that happened recently, right, from Jensen, would you like to probably talk about all the specific things with respect to Rapids? Because there was a big PPT that I have actually seen with all the photos. You're working in physical AI, agentic
Absolutely.
AI, everywhere, from data pre-processing to this. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. At the very early on in the keynote, you saw what Jensen refers to as CUDA-X, which is sort of the entire body of work built on top of CUDA,
it's
right?
an ecosystem.
It's an ecosystem, exactly, right? And any ecosystem in 2025 needs to be really good at dealing with data and machine learning, because we all know that's the backbone of what we do. So Rapids is both part of that ecosystem, but also powering additional layers on top of it too. So components of Rapids power things like cuOpt, which is for mathematical optimization, cuVS, which accelerates vector search, Nemo Data Curator, which I mentioned already for accelerating LLMs. Really, so you can see these libraries that accelerate data access and machine learning, not just as something that kind of exists into itself, but also something that helps power all of the other NVIDIA suites around it. And it's something that we really want our partners to take advantage of. Like everything in NVIDIA comes back to developers, right? And making developers happy and productive. So we think of Rapids as just part of that continuing extension, continuing to make it easier for Python developers to do everything they need to on our platform.
Amazing. I think the developer community, since I'm the part of that, and they're super excited to use this. And probably one day they move completely to the NVIDIA tech stack. The reason is very simple, because they move to the NVIDIA GPUs itself. They try to use them as much as possible. So thank you, John, for answering all the amazing questions that I've asked you. Yeah. Any final thing that you have, or any motivational thing that you really want to talk to the community regarding your entire NVIDIA tech stack, specifically related to Rapids?
Absolutely. I would just say that I think it's such an exciting time to be part of open source PyData right now. We are trying to contribute to the ecosystem and part of this really thriving community of people who are developing and making it easier for people to use Python and leverage that to do their life's work. And being able to bring that onto GPU, make it faster and make it easily accessible is just so rewarding. So I'm really grateful to be part of this, and I'm so grateful I get to share it with you and get to hear your feedback as well too.
Sure.
It's a lot of fun.
So yes, guys, do let us know about the feedback, and please try to raise as many as issues. All the feedbacks, definitely we'll be happy to take care of it as you are handling the entire development part. So yes, this was it from our side. Thank you, John, again for answering all the questions.
Thank you, Krish. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So this was it. I will see you all in the next video.